1,500 points of Eldar versus Space Wolves, but this is new and improved Space Wolves, because we have chapter approved. In here, they actually get a Warlord trait that's pretty useful, being able to strike first in close combat. It also gets 2 new stratagems in here, which I'm sure he's going to use, because one of them is place a unit in outflank, which he's going to love doing that. So Nate is playing his beloved Space Wolves of 20 years against my Eldar. And so new Codex Eldar versus the chapter approved Space Wolves. We're also going to play one of the Eternal War missions out of here because it's pretty cool. This is Eternal War mission Dominate and Destroy. There are 6 objective markers on the board. We alternate placing those. At the end of your turn, the player turn, if you score an objective, that counts as a victory point. Also, any units destroyed count as a victory point. So that's totaled up at the end of every one of your turns. So I'm assuming with how many units we have on the board and 6 objectives that this is going to be a pretty high scoring game. So he's changed his Space Wolf list up a little bit because of the chapter approved. I believe he's bringing a battalion this time, which means 6 juicy command points. And I, of course, am not bringing a battalion. I'm going to be bringing my Vanguard with the Eldar. So Eldred's leading my charge, and he has a Wolf Priest as his warlord. So this should be interesting. Our first test spin with this, and we'll see what happens. Enjoy. An imperial city nestled in a valley has been sheltered from time and war. An imperial artery flanked by buildings and watched over by the Aquila strongpoint. Over time, the wilderness has grown over the city, trying to reclaim its buildings and take it back. Another threat emerges from the war, attempting to sever this artery of the Imperium. And only the Space Wolves stand in its path. 1,500 points of Eldar. This is a Vanguard detachment with 3 elites choices. Leading the charge as the warlord is Eldred, of course. I am taking the Ulthwe Craftworld for this Eldar list. And Eldred's warlord trait is every battle round, on a roll of a 6, he earns a command point. The next HQ is a Farseer with Singing Spear. He'll be riding in the Wave Serpent. The first elite's choice is a 5-man Wraith Guard with Wraith Cannons. The second elite's choice is a 5-man Wraith Guard with D-Sides. They'll also be riding in the Wave Serpent. And the final elite's choice is a 5-man Wraith Blades with Ghost Axes and Shields. And for heavy support, I have a Wraith Lord with an Eldari Missile Launcher and a Bright Lance and a Ghost Glaive and Shuriken Catapults mounted on his wrists, and a Fire Prism. And the Fire Prism has a Shuriken Cannon underslung there. And the rounding out the list is Fast Attack, which is 3 Wind Rider jet bikes, and they have Shuriken Cannons. So pretty small and elite force. You've seen it before on the channel. We're still going with the Ulthwe doctrine and with Eldred leading the charge, and hopefully the 6 up feel no pains that, well, 6 up feel no pain equivalents that I have in this army can keep that stinging power on the board. 1,500 points of Space Wolves. This is a battalion for the first time,
Yep.
And you're running chapter approved, so everything got cheaper. Well,
yeah,
almost everything. Razorbacks went up, but lots of your important stuff got cheaper, except for your Warlord, which isn't your Warlord anymore.
Nope.
So take me through this. I'm very excited.
All right. Starting at the top, we got the 2 HQs. We've got the Rune Priest, kitted just basic. He's got a 4 sword, no power, no plasma pistol this time around. We've got a Wolf Priest. He's kitted standard, Crozius bolt pistol.
And he's your Warlord, right?
He is my Warlord, yes.
And he's taking the new from chapter approved Warlord trait, which is
when he's in close combat, he fights first.
He always fights first, which is going to be okay on it.
I think that'll benefit him. Moving on to the elites, we got the tried and true Wolfguard Terminators, kitted the same way they have been for those that have been following along.
So 2 Thunderhammers,
Yep.
Storm Shields.
Yep. 2 Stormbolters, a Power Fist on the Sergeant, 2 Power Swords, and then the heavy weapon choice was an Assault Cannon.
It's such a nice loadout.
It does extremely well against everything it's played so far. Fast attack, we've got the Thunderwolf Cavalry, 3 plasma swords, plasma pistols,
It's a
and
lightsaber.
and 3 power swords. Heavy support, we've got 2 long fang packs, a total of 6 missile launchers and 2 las cannons. Troops, we've got 3 Grey Hunter squads, 5 mans apiece, except for one that's a 6. Each one with a plasma gun, except for the one that is a 6-man. We put a Combi Melta and a Power Fist on the Wolfguard pack leader. And each of them is riding in a Razorback, one with twin-linked assault cannon, one with twin-linked las cannon, and one with the odd last class that is amazing.
Built from the Index.
Correct.
And this is the first time you're running a Battalion 2, which gives you a total of 3 more command points, so 6 command points on Space Wolves with the new chapter approved buff.
Because we needed it.
At 1,500 points. Nate was able to deploy first, placing his units, so let's go through where the Space Wolves ended up. You put the Long Fangs back here, getting a nice view through this broken apart building. He has both Razorbacks camped there. He said he didn't really want to. They're on the objective. He didn't really want a parking lot there, but it was limited with how many metal boxes he had of where to go and the lines of fire. He's got a Long Fang squad here, just grabbing a little bit of cover, and a Razorback here, taking a view down the road, but also out of the line of sight of any of the Eldar. So, coming over to the Eldar side, we have the Wraith Blades are sitting here with Eldrad behind, supporting them. We have the Wind Riders sitting back, also scoring this objective. We have the Wraith Knight hugging this building, hopefully not taking too many shots from the Long Fangs and Razorbacks. Same thing with the, did I say Wraith Knight? Not Wraith Lord if I did. The Wave Serpent is tucked down, and over here behind the massive Imperial structure is the Fire Prism, being very brave, hiding. Hopefully he can pop out around this corner and score that objective next turn to get a point. So, that is it after deployment. Oh, we need to see who's going first. Grab a dice. I always surprise you with that.
Grab a dice, man.
Okay. Grab a die.
Let's use some of these new...
You get +1. Going for it. 3. Try and beat 3.
Tied.
Tied. Roll again. Duh. Come on.
4.
Duh.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try and seize.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll a 3 on this one again.
Oh, hey.
Hey, 5. Well, that would have been great earlier.
Very good.
All right, coming back, Space Wolves, turn 1. This metal box,
Yep. Tin Can 1.
Tin Can 1, move forward towards this objective here. This one followed suit, wrapping around the other side of the container.
Yep.
Longfang stayed put.
They shuffled over, actually.
Oh, they shuffled. Yes!
Yes.
Yes, -1 to your hitting.
Oh. They sat.
Oh.
He sat.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're keeping the Longfangs in outflank, and you're keeping Thunderwolves. You know, so much Fang.
All the Fang, all the Priest.
You're keeping them in outflank.
Yep.
And
the Terminators.
Terminators and the Teleportarium. Nate, how you feeling about life?
Feel pretty good. Pretty good.
Turn 1 shooting phase, and you're playing Tau?
Yeah, Tau.
Oh no, wait, Space Wolves.
Yeah, the Emperor's finest Tau.
This is, and I see that because what'd you do?
Even though I only shot with about half my stuff, I put a hurt on him.
This last cannon
Yep.
was in
last
range, shot the rear end of this guy.
Yep.
He took 2
Yep.
off him.
Yep. Lost 1.
Well, actually, he took 3 off, and I saved with a Serpent Shield.
Yep.
That -1. These longer fingers shot over here. These poor guys thought they were tougher.
Yep. Put with the 2 shots that actually got through, because all 4 shot, but only 2 failed to or succeeded in wounding. Smurfed out 2 of them.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Nope, that was rough. Coming back over to this far side here, this Long Fang squad They did some damage.
Yes, they did. They hit with one crack and one las.
Yep.
And they shot down.
That guy.
There he is.
Yep.
And he's now down to 2 wounds because I made 2, and that was me making 2 Ulthwe saves.
Otherwise he'd be dead.
Otherwise he'd be dead, and you'd be up a victory point on that. So glad that didn't happen. And then this guy couldn't see anything.
Nothing to shoot at.
And this guy also couldn't see anything. So as for not even having your whole army on the board and not getting 2 of your metal boxes to shoot, pretty decent.
Feel pretty good.
All right.
It's good. It's not. We'll talk next turn.
You've angered the space elves. Turn 1, Eldar. And we shuffled the fire prism. I always do say shuffle, but that is truly what you're doing in the 41st millennium because there's too many skulls on the ground. No. Oh. So the fire prism moved up within that objective. The wave serpent stayed put so he can have full ballistic skill shooting. They stayed put because they're scoring this guy. The gimping Wraith Lord, he moved up. Now that he's in his bottom tier, he moved up 6.
He fell on his keys.
And but I, at the beginning of the round, gained a command point back because of Eldrad by rolling a 6, and I immediately spent that command point to use right over here, Tears of Isha.
Yeah.
And essentially what that is D3 points back, or wounds back on a Wraith Construct, and I rolled a huge 1.
Big day.
So he's up to 3 wounds left. Hang in there, guy.
Still sitting there if you want.
I don't. And Eldrad moved up, and the Wraiths ran.
Yep.
So, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. You didn't move the Razor. You were thinking about having the Razorback sit back right about here, but you didn't.
I was going to back it up against the fence. I decided not to, and I was going to gamble.
So look who came out of the moss.
Yep. Because I know Tom as a competitor. I've seen him do this multiple times, and I chose to say, you know what, he might not do it this time.
He may not, because it's turn 1. Why would he put it such a valuable unit turn 1?
We were just saying, play the long game. Play the long game. No, they're on the board.
There's no long game. No. I'm crazy.
You're mad.
Yeah, you hurt my Wraith Lord, and he's not at... They're there. This is going to go boom.
DK.
That's the plan. And I also made you move your pile of dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a counterpunch.
No.
That was an answer in return. So, Eldrad cast Guide onto the wounded Wraith Lord, which is really important.
Very important.
But let's start over here. The Fire Prism. No, let's not. Let's start over here because
Let's start this all over.
This one shot. So the Bright Lances, he didn't move. He shot all the way down here on the Razorback.
Yep.
And put some wounds on him. The Scatter Laser didn't do anything.
Nope.
So then I shot with my guided Wraith Lord.
Yep.
The Eldari Missile Launcher missed into that Razorback, but the Bright Lance hit. It's a -4 AP. He was able to shoot right through this building, so you got no cover.
Correct.
And he took him from 5 wounds that the Wraith, or no, not Wraith, Wave Serpent put on him. He took him 3 more off, bringing him down to 2. And then I left him alone. I shot with this guy right here, the Fire Prism. I did a disperse shot down into the Long Fangs, killing 2 of them off. And because they're not in cover.
Sparse cover on this side of the board.
Yeah, so you had to roll some 6s. And then we thought we were wrapped up with shooting and we forgot about the guys.
Oh, I didn't. I hoped you did.
No, I didn't forget. So I had a conundrum with them. Do I split into the Long Fangs or do I deal with the Razorback? So I was, for a minute, going to put all my shots in because my dice haven't been very hot.
Nope.
I was going to put 5 shots into the Razorback, but last minute I decided to split fire, which I should always do with them. I don't know why I second guess myself. But I put 3 shots into the Razorback and 2 shots into the Long Fangs. And Razorbacks have 11 wounds, and I rolled 12 on the damage with the Wraith Cannons.
Yep. Shot with 3, 2 got through, rolled 2 6s.
Then you rolled a 6, and he explodes. However, nothing was within 6 inches of him. But disembarking your Grey Hunters, Killed 2 of them off.
Yep.
So that 6-man is down to a 4-man now. And I shot the other 2 Wraith Cannons in over here, and even with the cover, still killed 2 of them off.
Yep.
So that is 1 victory point for Eldar here for killing a unit. I am an inch out from that objective. I score this objective with the Wind Riders, so that's 1 more. And then I score with the Fire Prism over here, so that's 3-2 Eldar at the end of turn 1. This is getting interesting. The Thunderwolves came in outflanking board edge.
Yep, burned a command point at the beginning for that one.
Yeah, oh boy. This Razorback didn't know quite what to do, but you made it the choice to make, which was move towards this objective and put that assault cannon to work.
Yep.
Wolfguard dropped in, looking at this objective, looking at them. He's got options. You've got so many options this game. And over here, before that vehicle moved, you disembarked that Wolf.
Rune Priest.
Rune Priest.
Not a
yes,
Wolf Priest.
Not a Wolf Priest. Rune Priest.
He's a Wolf Priest.
And Grey Hunters. And this guy on 2 wounds left shuffled forward. He is scoring that objective right now. They stayed still, I'm assuming. Stayed put. And out of the smoke, out of the wreckage, these guys moved up just to be within 12 for rapid fire range from that sweet, sweet, sweetness.
And he's pointing at them.
He shouldn't be, because that's super cocky.
He's Babe Ruth called a shot.
We'll see what
Get
happens.
hit by a ball.
The Rune Priest, it's important to outline the powers he has.
Yep. He has Tempest Wrath and he has Jaws, because I can never pronounce the rest of it.
Right. And Smite, of course.
Yep.
And he's out of range, 18 inches for all of those.
Yep. Same thing for Smite.
And he's out of range for everything. So, going on to shooting, where would you like to start?
I started with the short range stuff, because that would really determine what I'd do with my long range stuff, especially as spread out as everything is. So, they shot into the big guy that...
Oh no.
Yep. We'll get to him in a minute.
So they shot into the Wraith Lord, did nothing.
Didn't do anything.
Because toughness 8.
Yep, and then jumping around a little bit, we came over here. These guys shot into these guys, did nothing. Because we're next to them.
Yeah, the Melta actually missed.
Melta missed.
That's important for me.
I command pointed it, still didn't get through.
Yep.
I hit but didn't wound, oddly enough. Over here, Long Fangs shot into these guys. You made 2 5s and a 6 for saves. You actually blocked everything that got through.
That was very important.
Kind of absurd. There's a lot of cover, which helped you quite a bit there.
Yep.
These Long Fangs here, they are the ones that smurfed out Tiny over here. That little happy...
The Wraith Lord. Yeah, he had 3 wounds left, and he was brought down to a wound after all the shooting.
Yep.
And then the Long Fangs finally took his last... Actually, they wounded him twice and took him off the board.
They got him out. And then,
too bad. I was hoping to use that Tears of Isha again.
Yeah. And then these guys here, the Thunderwolves, shot. Nothing
really... I saved it with my shield.
Yep, saved it with the shields. These guys over here... shot with pretty much everything. Killed 1 outright with Stormbolters. The assault cannon got 4 through, and you made 3 saves, and you took 1 wound.
Yep. So we're down to 2 there. Left in that, and that's it. Again, I say that's it, but that the assault cannon over here shot.
Yeah. The assault cannon. What did he shoot at?
He shot at these guys, or no? He shot at the.
He shot at Tiny.
Tiny.
Yeah,
and failed to wound because of that toughness 8.
Yeah.
And he moved, so he's hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
So that's why we forgot about him. But he's sitting in the middle of the road now. But that, honestly, again, was a very powerful round of shooting from the Space Wolf list. We're not even in close combat yet. No. So coming back, turn 2, Space Wolves Assault. I'm sure you're going to make one.
Yeah.
Space Wolves Assault turn 2, only 1 charge, which was the Thunderwolves. They didn't make it initially, but you used a command reroll, and they got in with a 10-inch charge. And they swung first, putting 1 wound on a Wraith Blade. And I did a heroic intervention with Eldrad, got into close combat with him as well. Eldrad didn't do anything. I swung with his staff, which is +2 strength. -2 AP, D3 wounds, and you made your 5-up save with that. But the Wraith blades with their ghost axes swung back, and I put how many wounds?
5.
Did I put 5? Because
I'm kind of missing a dude there.
Because you're missing a dude, and he's down to a wound left, so the ghost axe is definitely mulching through. But what did you put a wound on with?
I put a wound on with the dog's
tooth and claw again from the dogs.
So this edition and last, the dogs have done more damage than the blades.
I know, every time.
Literally every time.
All right.
Something to learn.
Come back, Eldar, turn 2. The Fire Prism stayed put.
Yep.
The Wave Serpent stayed put, but it disembarked the...
D-sides.
D-sides, thank you.
D-flamers, is what I call them.
And the Wraith Seer as well, he's hiding behind this. Stayed put with the Wind Riders. And over here I actually burned another command point for Tears of Isha to re-heal that Wraith Blade that's in close combat here. I think that's probably a good call. So they stayed put. And over here, move them up towards this barricade to hopefully hop over and get within shooting range. That's it! Because for some reason this list has like no units, so...
They're all Wraith constructs.
Right. Eldar Psychic Phase turn 2, we had 2 Farseers casting, so we're just going to split this from the shooting phase for you to make it easier. This Farseer cast up here with Smite killed a Terminator. Actually, he put three wounds on, right? So he killed 1.5 Terminators. And then he attempted to cast... he cast Fortune.
Yep.
He didn't attempt. He succeeded. Cast Fortune on these
So they have a
Wraith card with a 5-up or a 5-up Feel No Pain now. Then there were 2 Thunderwolves here, and Eldred cast Executioner first.
Yep.
And there was 1 Thunderwolf with 1 wound left. He was able to manifest it. You attempted to deny, but failed with your Rune Priest over there. Killed him, and then put another wound out. So you did a total of D3 wounds. He did 2 wounds. But
without the way Executioner works, if a model dies, they take D3 more mortal wounds.
And then I rolled another 3, killing off the last Thunderwolf in here. So just Executioner alone deleted off the last 2 Thunderwolves.
This is absurd.
And so then it freed him up to cast Smite to the closest unit, which was back again over here.
Yep.
And he did another 2 damage, which killed off another
Terminator.
It killed off the Terminator with the Assault Cannon and put another wound on the Terminator with the Storm Shield. And then he had a final 3rd power and cast Doom onto the Razorback over here, so everybody gets rerolls to wound against him. That's an Eldar Psychic phase.
And that's why it's in its own phase.
Eldar turn 2 shooting. Can we just go with the funniest part? Which is Eldred, on a whim, shot a shuriken pistol up into them.
Freaking flintlock pistol over there.
And normally he hit.
It's no big deal.
Wounded on a 6, which means it's -3 AP.
It's no big deal.
You had a Thunderhammer Storm Shield with 1 wound left.
No big deal.
You said, okay, he's in cover, but he has to put on the Storm Shield because it's -3 AP. Dies.
Yeah. Notice the 2 dudes left.
Unbelievable. They shot with their shuriken cannons, didn't do anything. He shot with his bright lances over here, killed the Razorback. He didn't explode. The Fire Prism shot with a dispersed shot and killed 2 Longfangs off. Fire Prism not so good at mulching troops.
No.
I'm noticing that.
Great on tanks and stuff, statistically from what we've seen. But against troops, it's really a little lackluster.
His shuriken cannon shot into these guys and missed. And that was it from... Oh, no it wasn't. Why do we always forget this? Because it's sad?
Because it stings.
I shot 3 shots of them into this pile of dice that used to be Longfangs. They're dead.
Now we'll bring the dice over.
And I shot with 2 shots into them and killed off 2 there. I made my charge with an 8-inch. Failed to overwatch anything of substance. And crushed in, killed 1 with their piddly one attack apiece.
Yeah, they're glorified minus 1 AP fist.
The what is he? A Wolfguard pack leader?
Yes, he is. See, you got it right.
Yes, I actually got a wolf name right.
Yes, he's not a priest. He's not a runic, whatever. He's a
He's not a
Wolfguard.
toothy McTootherson.
Longest name in the list.
He swung back with his power
That
fist,
guy.
his pointing power fist.
Yeah.
And he actually took 2 wounds off this Wraith Guard, but Ulthwe, I saved 1 back, so he's only down a wound. And that, but interesting enough, he is a troops choice, so he's still scoring the objective, which denies me since I have an elite's choice.
Thank you, chapter approved.
So I don't get an extra point there. So end of turn 2, Eldar have 7 points with scoring the objectives and killing units, and Space Wolves have 6. The Grey Hunters move through the ruins to be scoring this objective, and also next to this dead Space Marine right there.
Yeah.
The Rune Priest has moved over to be in smite range. Stayed put with that, but disembarked his contents, which is the Warlord.
And his 5-man Grey Hunter pack.
Yeah, looking at
camping that objective.
Looking at my Warlord.
This guy's shuffled over to try and get out of line of sight of that lynx that's
That's not a lynx, that's a fire prism of doom.
Oh, whatever, Eldar, gun of death.
Yeah, gun of death.
And then,
nothing happened over there because close combat, and over here you moved up towards the bikes.
Yep, because this particular mission is about killing stuff
and Terminators are going to kill some bikes.
Yeah.
What you got?
Shooting, a lot of stuff shot.
Yep.
Not a ton of success with it.
But some.
I put a few wounds. This squad here, everything's shot. So the bolters, bolt pistol, and the plasma gun, we ended up putting a wound down over here.
Nice.
This over here, the assault cannon shot over into the
sides,
flamers dudes. Those guys. Put 1 wound on them.
Yep.
These guys.
Oh no, it didn't put a wound. Actually, it was these guys shooting with his Stormbolter, and that actually put a wound.
Long Fang shot into the Wraith Axe. What are those guys?
Yep. Wraith Blades.
Wraith Blades. Those guys.
With Ghost Axes.
With because that's a thing. Didn't get anything through.
Yep.
He didn't shoot.
You almost did the command point, the new one that they have, where you can turn your bolt gun into a pistol too. But then you went, wait, it's a single guy, so no.
Now, theorying through that, if I had multiple units in assault right now, I absolutely would have done it because that'd be there'd be benefit to it. But for one guy, it's not.
One guy, one command point,
not worth it.
Oh wow. Okay, so they made their charge, they punched through the Wind Riders.
Yep.
And then they consolidated to with 1 inch of the Farseer.
Yep.
I didn't see that coming.
Nope.
At all.
Got love.
So now they're in close combat with the Farseer. Yay, 8th edition. That's what he wanted to have happen today. Over here, you push through this alleyway and...
So we assaulted into the Wraith Blades. The 5-man Grey Hunter squad, basically Cliff Notes version, everybody swung over here. The Wolf Priest also swung, he put 1 wound on, you made some saves with your 4-up shields. You swung back and killed 3 of them, but when I pulled them, I disengaged the model, leaving just the Wolf Priest engaged.
Very good, and then over here, next to the... Smoky.
There was a Wolfguard pack leader over here.
And he swung, did nothing to them, and they punched back and killed him.
Correct.
So they're sitting on the objective now, and the Wraith Guard moved over here to beat a few of them within 12 inches of him. Yeah, I got to deny your points because you... Anyway.
I'm up 10 to...
I don't want to talk about it. The Waste Serpent moved onto the road to shoot the other tank.
What's happening?
The Farseer did what he should, which is run away.
Escaping.
So they can shoot. And Eldred moved up and around to, oh come on, Kiss Executioner and kill them off.
Being
That's it.
Being Eldred.
Eldred being Eldred. shooting Eldar turn 3, the Fire Prism shot over here and took 2 off with the Disperse shot and the Shuriken Cannon.
Yep.
The Bright Lances and Shuriken Cannon shot over here. Shuriken Cannon did nothing, but with Doom on there, the Bright Lances took him down to 5 wounds.
Yep. Doom was big for you this turn.
Yeah, it took 6 off right there. That was huge. The Wraith Cannons shot up here and did short work of the Long Fang.
2 got through. I had 2 6s to make. I rolled a 5 and a 2.
Yeah, I actually did shoot kind of poor there. The Psychic Phase, I cast with the Farseer. I cast Smite.
Yep.
And
Smurfed out one of them.
yeah, and killed one, and then I also cast Fortune over here, so they have a 5-up invul. And then Eldrad, come on.
Yeah.
Cast Executioner, killed that squad off. Cast Smite, put 1 wound on the Wolf Priest. Thank you. I was gonna say.
Yeah, that guy.
So many wolf names. And then he cast Doom over there. Real quick, back to the shooting. Totally forgot.
Yeah.
Omitted the D-sides shooting him. And of course, they killed the Terminator with Thunderhammer Stormshield outright.
Yep.
And now the only assault that we have over here, the Wolf Priest swung and failed to...
He hit, but he failed to put anything through on him.
And they swung back, and he saved 2 wounds with his 4-up invul.
Yep.
So that is just locked there. But at the end of this, I score an objective over here. I score the objective over here, and I scored the objective over here. That's 3, but I killed the Grey Hunters out, and I also killed the Wolfguard Terminator squad out. So that's 5. So that puts, at the end of turn 3, that puts Eldar 12 victory points, and it puts Space Wolves 10 victory points. So
very tight game.
It's a tight game. So Space Wolves turn 4 movement. Your Razorback moved up to score that objective. The Grey Hunters shot over here, hit with a plasma, hit with 2 bolter shots, but failed to wound. The Assault Cannon turns out the closest unit is Eldrad. Good job, me.
Yep.
Generally.
Placement.
All of those shots coming in, 12 shots, only put 2 wounds on Eldrad. Thank you, 3-up invul. And the bolt pistol shot from the Wolf Priest failed. Well, Crozius swung, Crozius killed. Failed my Ulthwe saves, and I swung back and did nothing because you're 4-up invul. Yeah. So Space Wolves, turn 4.
The Warlord trait. Yeah, the Warlord trait from Chapter Approved is paying off in spades.
I kept the Fire Prism still. I kept the Wave Serpent still. I moved the Farseer up. I kept them there. I moved Eldrad back so he's not the closest unit anymore from the Assault Cannon.
Weird.
And I kept them there because they're just scoring an objective. So Psychic and Shooting coming up. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sped up at the end there.
Eldar Uncorked. The Fire Prism shot into the 3 Grey Hunters that were in this ruins with a Disperse shot. He hit with 9 hits.
Yep.
And so he just killed them off.
5 got through. I made 2 saves, which was enough to kill off the remaining 3.
Yep. The Psychic Phase, Eldrad, again, pulling so much weight. He cast Executioner, essentially, which is Smite, killing off the Warlord, the Chaplain.
Yep.
And then he cast Smite onto the Razorback.
Yep.
And also Doom onto the Razorback. And then the Bright Lances from this Fire Prism, Wave Serpent, shot in on him, finishing him off.
Yep.
And I never got to cast Psychic over here because Eldrad killed him off. So really what that leaves at the bottom of turn 4 is the Rune Priest left in this ruins, and Space Wolves are how many points?
We have 13 on my side.
Alright, and I've got...
You got 19 after we tallied what you just did here.
19 to 13 at the end of 4. With the Rune Priest, there's no way.
No, I can't come back from it.
So, that's an Eldar victory. 19 victory points to 13 because of that ridiculous Eternal War mission out of the
Chapter approved.
Chapter approved. I really liked that mission. That was pretty good.
It was a fun mission. Or definitely a different dynamic than some of the other missions we've done. I put Eldar on the defensive, which was the first time you've seen
You
that.
did. You had me on my heels turn 1 and turn 2, but I started to get the momentum, started to get that snowball effect. And 1913 at the end, Eldar victory. Those psychic powers, when they start chaining between that Farseer and Eldrad, Terminator, nothing can really withstand that.
Psychic, the mortal wounds in this edition are brutal.
Yeah, and no, that was awesome. That was a really good game because for over 50% of that, we thought that was. We were flipping every turn. It was Space Wolf turn, my turn. Space Wolf turn. Yeah.
Points the whole game.
It was back and forth. That was a really good game. Thanks again.
Once again, man.
That was awesome.
Thanks for having me out.
All right, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.